You asked for it, you got it. From Toyota, the all-new, and I do mean all-new, 2025 4Runner is finally here, or at least it's coming. I'm Tom Volk with all the details. There are new powertrains, including a hybrid, new models like the Trailhunter. Let's get to it. Let me stress that this is a preview, not a review. The automotive press has not driven the 2025 4Runner, and yet we kind of have, because underneath is the TNGA-F architecture, which is the same as Tacoma and the new Land Cruiser. Of course it is. That's just smart on Toyota's part. Economies of scale. This goes on sale in the fall of 2024. Have to say, it looks good. Toyota's Michigan County Design Center was largely responsible for drawing it up. Designed alongside Tacoma, there are styling cues from 4Runners of the past, but it's not a retro design. The legacy wrap-over quarter glass from Gen 1 and 2 looks great. And of course, the roll-down rear window remains. Toyota would be nuts to 86 that. There will be a Platinum trim for the first time, and a third row will be optional. Not sure if that's on all variants. To get back there, the second row seats are supposed to tumble out of the way. And like Tacoma, there's going to be a Trailhunter model. Basically, an off-the-shelf overlanding rig packed with off-road equipment right off the showroom floor. Kitted out with ARB, Old Man Emu, and rigid equipment. That sounds expensive. While the Tacoma is built in Mexico, the 6th generation 4Runner will be assembled in Japan when it arrives stateside in the fall. Toyota has sold more than 3 million copies in some 40 years. The Big T says this new version raises the off-roading bar. The box steel ladder frame gets a multi-link coil rear suspension and double wishbone up front, which should improve the on-road quality. The standard engine is Toyota's iForce 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, making 278 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. The gearbox is an 8-speed. This setup is standard in SR5, TRD Sport, TRD Off-Road, and Limited. Optional is the iForce Max Hybrid with up to 326 horses and 465 pound-feet. It takes the 2.4-liter Turbo 4 and pairs it to a 48-horsepower electric motor that's built into the 8-speed transmission. This is available on TRD Off-Road and Limited, and standard with TRD Pro, the Trailhunter that you're looking at, and Platinum models. The iForce Max powertrain is good for towing up to 6,000 pounds. Oddly enough, 4Runner will be available as a 2-wheel drive with an automatic limited slip differential. There will also be part-time and full-time 4-wheel drive systems. Toyota says 4-wheel drive models have an electronically controlled 2-speed transfer case with active traction control and an automatic limited slip differential. TRD Off-Road, TRD Pro, and Trailhunter grades get a standard electronic locking rear differential. There's an optional push-button activated stabilizer bar disconnect mechanism. Depending on trim, there's 32 degrees of approach and 24-degree departure angles, max, plus a multi-terrain monitor, your own personal camera spotting team. The Plush Limited gets a full-time 4-wheel drive system with a center locking differential when ordered with the iForce Max. It's the standard setup for Platinum. Multi-Terrain Select, which is drive modes to you and me, works in both 4-wheel drive high and low. The new crawl control is on the 2025 4Runner. It's much improved. It's sort of a low-speed cruise control for the trail. There's also hill descent control. It should come as no surprise that the interior looks very much the same as Tacoma. That's just smart product planning. Base models will run with an 8-inch screen running Toyota's multimedia interface. That requires a subscription fee for full usability. This can grow to a 14-incher. Leather is available in the Platinum model. I'm assuming that the synthetic stuff is on other trims. At least that's the way it is in the Tacoma. Wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay too. A 7-inch gauge cluster is standard on lower grades. That improves to a 12.3-inch digital cluster, which is standard on higher trims. Which brings me to pricing, which nobody knows right now. And that's the million-dollar question, because 4Runner's biggest competitor just might be in Toyota showrooms. Yeah, the new Land Cruiser, which is lower priced than it was before. So price 4Runner too high, everybody's going to move to Land Cruiser. Price it too low, and Toyota makes no profit. But that's never been a problem for Toyota, right? Remember, this is going on sale in the fall of 2024. Hope you got something out of my preview of the 2025 Toyota 4Runner. And yeah, I am well aware that this is just a bunch of manufacturer's footage, but there's a lot of interest in this truck. I wanted you to see it as soon as possible. And as far as the driving dynamics go, well, it is heavily based on the Tacoma, so pretty sure we know what those are going to be like. Thanks for watching. Remember, subscribe to this channel, click notifications, follow me on social media, and if you have a question, leave it in the comments. I'll try to get to you. That's Driven. I'm Tom Volk.